G'day all, welcome back to the workbench. Okay, I'm just doing some detailing on the Sea King at present. What I'm working on here is the step going into the cargo area. So I've drilled in, oh heck, I call it 10 thou placard, some holes, and man was that fun. That goes on the front there. As I was just cutting into the video, at the bottom of the stair there, and I've now bent some wire and made two little mounting jigs to go underneath the wire. Will mount, the jigs will mount, sorry, either side down the bottom here to allow the foot step that I just drilled out to sit there. Then I've got to do some bracing to support it, and yeah, I'll continue that off camera. What I've done since the last update is, where are we? This side, start on the side. Made these. I have no idea what they're meant to be. What I did was use some U-channel and some I-beams, small I-beams, cut them down a bit and glued them on. The I-beams like a file off the other side. The channel went on easily, and put half round placard on top. These are very prominent on the actual Sea King himself, so I thought I'd stick them on. I don't think I mentioned these. I think these are flare and chaff dispensers at the back here. They're just half round, half circle plastic card and just blocks of plastic strip that I cut up. The half circles were glued onto the ends and glued on to the model and cut the size and puttied up and everything else. This part here was a kit part, but varying photos I've seen shows that this is actually some sort of gauze over it, some sort of mesh. So I've cut off the top of the kit part, used it as a support for the gauze that I stick on there, the photo etch mesh, and a plastic card strip that I've just glued on around the outside of it. Down the front here we got these are two kit parts. Don't know what they're there for. This here was a kit part, but it's not meant to go there. It's meant to go somewhere else, so I've just sacrificed it and just stuck it there, cut it the shape. This one is also a bit of a plastic card and kit part shaped to look like hopefully a football. Several photos have it on the helicopter. This here is, I have no idea what it is. Some aircraft have it mounted, some don't have it mounted, but it's painted orange on some aircraft. Others, when it's removed off the aircraft, there's actually strips there, some sort of mounting brackets. What else have I done? That's about it. I fixed up the door. I think I mentioned in one of the previous episodes. I fixed up the door here, so the step is gone. But I've just found another photo that has a metal channel going right across just inside the doorway here. So I'm thinking about putting that in there. It might be for the sonar station that's at the back here. On the Mk50s, there's a position here. So that might be there for that, to stop people from tripping over the channel, all the wiring that sits there. So what I'm going to do now is all these hand grips here that are molded in, they're all molded in wrong. I'm going to cut them out, put in either I-beam channel or C channels, just to give it some depth. Some appear to be open handholds or footholds, others appear to be a handhold with a piece of wire across the openings, look like a handhold, so I'm going to replicate all those. I did mount in, you probably saw it in an earlier video, the bottom of the slider for the door. Overscaled. It looked good and operated nicely, allowed the model to slide, allow the door to slide across, but in actuality, if you scaled everything up, that channel that was there would be, you're probably looking about that wide. So really was oversized, and on the actual aircraft, the door seems to be mounted over a slider. So there's a channel up here that I'm going to put in place by using some plastic card with an angle, a shim cut out of it, so it looks like there's a slider there. The door's not going to slide, it's just going to sit there. So what I've gone and done is taken the door and put some plastic shims top and bottom to block off the, can you see it on the side there? You might be able to see it. There used to be two channels, top and bottom, that fitted inside those pieces that I removed. I allowed it to slide across, so all I'm going to do is have it partially open. Well, fully open, I don't know yet. Probably be almost fully open. There's enough space there to not run into a few of the other details that I'm putting on. I'm just making a list now. I started on the port side, I think it is. There is lifting hooks to be put on, some blade antennas, some extra, I call it a step, but there's a angled piece of metal that goes just in front of the main landing gear brace there. I've got to redo the fuel. This appears to be the fuel inlet here. At present is represented by two little dots. It's not on the Mk50s, it's actually one big round thing. So maybe some round plastic cut to length and glued in a bit. So yeah, that's where I'm at present. Just going through, realizing what I need to do here and do it. Going to be careful now because I'm fast approaching the, let's put this thing into the paint booth stage. There's not much left to do, right, of detail, except for all that small stuff, so I have to be careful when I put the small stuff on that I don't knock them off. So I've done several times already to other parts. Oh, here we go too. This part here on the nose, just a bit of plastic half round. I've got to cut it the size yet. That's an I-beam that I haven't finished up yet. And some sort of channel on that one in front of the aircraft there. There's some sort of wireless hoop here. Can you see it? Yeah, you see it that way better. So I've got the kit part there. Cut down drastically because it wasn't so prominent on the Mk50s. It's on another aircraft. I think it's Mk41 or maybe the earlier aircraft has this part here. It's on both sides, but the Mk50 doesn't have it. So once again, repurposed some kit parts. Then I just filled in the various holes around the place and the back. And looking at it now, they look like they need some more putty, because they look like the putty's dried and shrunk a bit, so I'll have to redo it again. So that's just a little short update of where I'm going to. Oh, there's something else. I put an extra wire inside the cockpit. You can just see it there, that copper bit running across there. Just to fill in some dead space there, because I really had a lot of crap there. And I cleaned it up and realised that I've got nothing there in the way of detail, so I decided to detail it. I'm going to put another trunk in here, cut a homemade trunk just like this one in the back here. I'll show you that trunk. Where is he? Okay. Can you see that? No. Oh. No, you can't see the trunk. Oh, there it is. So there's the trunk in the back there. I'm going to build another one of those, and we'll take it from there. Okay, that's it for the time being. I'll catch you shortly. Alright, quick update. There is the steps for getting into the helicopter. So I secured it on the bottom with some square evergreen with a hole drilled through them, that wire threaded into the hole, super glued in, and that's just evergreen or plastic card with holes drilled through it. Put a bit of a shim over top. There's supposed to be like a piece of metal bent over that to protect it. I say so people don't stab themselves, so yeah, just cut this plastic to size and glued it. And it's also helped to hide a few flaws that I did in there. Can you see it? Yes, you can just see it at the top row of holes I drilled there. A couple of them are out of alignment. I went a bit too far when I was drilling the holes. Didn't do it properly, so. And I'm starting to work on a lot of the forward steps, and that's just plastic card glued into place. I thought about doing some I-beam or channel in there, but they are too small or too big, so I just went with that. A bit of card, cut the size, and making a bit of a box in there. So that's the update. Alright, back again. Just been working on scratch building some stairs and foot and handholds. Just there, and coming up here. So all I've done there is, got some plastic card and cut them to size. Well, cut the base card to size, and the rest are just glued together, trimmed up, and slotted into a hole that I cut out. This one here, even though there's an impression there, I don't think that my references show a foothold there or a handhold. It's very awkward to find any information about it. A lot of the people's pictures don't go into a lot of areas, especially when there's a landing wheel cover sitting right across that area. People don't normally photograph that area, so you can't see too clearly. So that's that. Now I'll just move on to something else. Back shortly. Okay, everyone. Back with the Sea King build. Not much more further has gone on since the last update a few minutes ago. Actually, it's about an hour ago. It's according to my watch. Kit part that doesn't get used by the kit. This is part of the AEW, was it? Not the AEWC, AC, or the AEW kit, but doesn't get used at all. So there's actually two holes here. The instructions say to putting them over. So I have, and I've put that blade antenna from that kit, the kit onto that part there. Made a few holes, not holes, but mounting points. Make up some lifting hooks very shortly just to stick in those points. Here's some lifting points underneath the helicopter itself. They're just two pieces of sprue, different size, not sprue, plastic card, cut the size, and just starting to work on some electrical system. There's wires coming from the fuselage goes underneath the helicopter. Here it's a lifting hook system, but up here it's actually some sort of wiring system. I think it's electrical system for the aircraft, not too certain. So I've slowed down a bit because it's now getting to the finicky stuff. I've puttied over and I've put in handholds, which is just stretch sprue, and just moving on there. So yeah, that's it for this update. Catch you shortly.